What's going on, y'all? This is Kashus Culpepper, and you listen to Music Row.
Welcome to Music Row, a backstage pass to your favorite country artists. Here's your host, Leake.
Hey, welcome to the program. Our guest on this episode is the great Kashus Culpepper. You're going to love the story this guy has. Some news before we get into that. Country Music Association honored the unsung heroes of the road at the CMA Touring Awards. I like this because there's a lot of pieces that keep bands together that really never get recognized. The event was hosted by Keith Urban, 20 categories. Not going to name them all, but I'll give you a few so you get the idea. Crew of the Year, Backline Technician of the Year, Business Manager of the Year, Coach Truck Driver of the Year. By the way, that went to Wendy Holt, who works with the Lainey Wilson crew. Of the 20 categories, a majority of the awards went to the team working with Luke Combs.
Wherever there's a heartbeat and a stage, there's an artist set to perform. This is Music Row on tour.
You can catch Lee Bryce in Connecticut on the 21st, Pennsylvania the 22nd, Iowa on the 26th. Kelsey Ballerini hits LA on the 21st, San Diego the 22nd, and makes her way over to Phoenix on the 25th. And Lainey Wilson, who is currently on the road in Europe, will hit Nashville on the 26th and play New York's King's Theater on April 3rd.
Hi, my name is Kim Stockwood. I am a proud Newfoundlander and a Canadian singer-songwriter. In a landscape where many lack access to health benefits or employee assistance programs, the Unison Fund serves as a lifeline of hope for musicians and music industry professionals facing medical emergencies or mental health challenges. To learn more about Unison and their programs, please visit unisonfund.ca.
What's going on, y'all? This is Kashus Culpepper, and you listen to Music Row with Leake. They'll hump this dance, do that chance to do the hump.
You know what?
Do it, baby.
I love it that you have the confidence to just rip out Digital Underground for a mic check. That's the second time that someone has done a song. The first time someone did it, it was the intro to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Really?
And this woman did it in full effect, even threw in some dance. And I'm like, wow, you must be a handful at night. like, this is going to be pain for someone along the way, but it's wonderful for me. I'm enjoying this. Kashus Culpepper, welcome to the Canada. I'm part of the welcoming board here in Canada. Anything you need over the next couple of days, it's totally free. Just go for it.
For free.
Yeah. We'll just forward a note to the record label. Big Loud will cover everything for you.
Let's do that. Honestly, that sounds amazing.
Okay, we have a big afternoon ahead of us. You're playing Whiskey Jam.
I am.
There's so much to kind of go over with you, Kashus, because one, I think you figured out COVID. COVID happens and you're in Spain and you're playing campfire songs, you know, with a guitar and such, teaching yourself how to play.
Right.
So you took advantage of COVID and you did something where most other people just got fatter.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I got fatter too, but I think, yeah, man, I didn't know really what I was doing. I was just, COVID was a time for like isolation, and growing up, music has always been there during my isolation growing up because I was kind of like a loner kid. So when COVID came around, I was already listening to music, but when I found out there was a guitar around on bass, and my buddy found it for me. So, I mean, I was like, let me just lean back into music.
So you've never played guitar before, but you've done a lot of singing in the choir, right?
Yeah, I grew up singing in the church. Yeah.
So you got those reps behind you, which is good.
Yeah.
That helps out when you eventually want to bring this, perform live before anybody. What were some of the first songs you started strumming?
I think I was doing some Creedence. Have you ever seen Rain?
Rate yourself. Rate your performance of Creedence the first time you played it live before some of the dudes that you're out in Spain with on the bass. It was with the Navy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the Navy.
Are they all sitting around waiting for you to play? Or do you just pull the guitar out and say, I'm going to interrupt with this. Enjoy.
Yeah. I think at this point, a lot of people would come by because usually when I was playing my guitar, I would keep my windows open or my door open, especially midday. So everybody knew that I was like learning some songs. I was like singing Bill Withers while I was the door open, or some Pearl Jam, or like just some classics and stuff like that. So everybody kind of knew that I was like learning playing guitar. So when it came to the point where I was comfortable to go out, my mother's like, you should bring your guitar out to the bonfire. We're playing volleyball, beach volleyball. Everybody's gonna bring their guitar out.
If I know anything about the Navy too, if you guys are playing beach volleyball, you're all wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Wearing jeans on the beach.
Or cutoff jeans. You got some characters, man, in the Navy. But by the time I got to the bonfire, I was kind of a little bit more confident in myself because I already had my next two neighbors in the barracks over there in Rhoda and like, Cash, you should bring your guitar out at the bonfire. So when I did that, I finally brought it out. It was a good time. Everybody was pretty excited.
Was this your guitar at the point, or was this the bass guitar that you just kind of commandeered and were refusing to return?
This was pretty much my guitar at this point. No one else was getting it. The thing is, like, when you leave for deployment sites, a lot of people leave. Like, if you buy a microwave over there, you buy a TV or even a guitar, they would usually leave it for the next group coming in. So, like, before that group that's been there already for so amount of time, they would sell whatever they have or just leave in their room for the next group that's coming in to get deployed in that spot. So that guitar, I mean, who knows how long it's been there.
And do you still have that guitar today, or did you leave it behind?
I left it behind.
That's the gift.
It might still be circulating Rhoda, Spain right now.
Okay, so then you come back into, are you in Alabama at this time?
No, so I was stationed down in Gulfport, Mississippi on the coast.
Do you buy a guitar right away, or do you find a guitar right away?
Yeah, I found a guitar right away. I went straight to a pawn shop right when I got back. Had a whole bunch of per diem saved up because of COVID. We couldn't do nothing, so I was saving money. And I bought like a vintage like Taylor. And then
you went for it.
Yeah, I just went for it. They had it, and I was like, I'm buying a Taylor.
What did that cost at the time?
It was like $1,200, really.
That is a commitment. Good for you.
I know.
Because now you got this thing, and now you have to play it.
I have to play it.
It's not the one that you could, honestly go bat baseballs with that you found on the base.
No, this one was like my first legit expensive kind of guitar. And then, I started going to open mics immediately, right when I got back. And then when I was doing it, a lot of my buddies that was over there in Rhoda, they would come out and support me at these events. And eventually I got picked up by a Southern rock band while I was down there, and I started playing coast to coast with them on Mississippi.
That's the greatest thing, isn't it? You go out with a bunch of people who are just naturally teaching you what the road is like, what playing songs that you probably wouldn't pick up yourself.
Yeah.
And it's going to force you to just learn a different way of playing the guitar, because you get so habitual in how you play.
Yeah. It was great, man. I mean, that Southern rock band, they needed somebody that could play, that could sing BB, like BB King stuff, Nina Simone, Tracy Chapman, but could also lean on Allman Brothers, that could do Greg Allman, or could also do Mississippi Queen. So, like,
how did you have all this music already in the back pocket growing up? Like, was the family just constantly had the radio on, or?
No, I think my mom was mostly like R&B, so I get a lot of my R&B influences from my mom, like old soul, like Teddy Pendergrass and Al Green from my mom, and 90s R&B from my mom. But for me, I think music came out, again, I was like such a loner kid, so I was just curious. Like a lot of other kids were maybe curious about, space, or curious about, dinosaurs and shit. I was just really curious just about music.
And you just became fully engaged and went for it.
Yeah, I didn't care what they looked like. I didn't care what they sounded like. If I felt something in me that made me want to listen to it repeatedly, I just kept listening to it.
When do you think you found your voice for music, where you said, no, this is actually who I am? Because you're going to try and you're going to play a bunch of songs, like the range of cover songs and artists that you've mentioned. Mm-hmm. When did you say, wait a minute, this is more me? I'm more of a Chris Stapleton type performer than I am a Creedence or Pearl Jam, for example.
I think when I started like writing songs, because like covering songs, I could do a rendition, but sometimes I try to mimic, like replicate what they sound like sometimes. But when I started doing my own songs, I mean, it's just me. There's nobody, no vocal reference I can go off of. It's just me.
Do you start strumming on the guitar and that's how your song starts?
Usually. Or like I have a melody that just comes in my head. Like my latest single, like Jenny, got started after I coming off the stage in Columbus. And I saw this girl in the crowd. She had this huge beer can in her hand, and I literally got off stage and I started humming the chorus, and I voice memoed it. I wrote a couple lyrics to it, and then the next week I wrote it with two of my buddies.
Isn't that funny that, you know, there's so many artists who are recording voice memos for themselves just to remember. You know, you get a moment of something and you put it in the phone. I know an artist who put in thousands of guitar licks into his phone and didn't back it up and lost his phone.
Oh man.
So now you got to become a tech guy too. You got to start backing up all this stuff so you don't lose it.
Man, I do need that because if I lost my phone, my iCloud stuff is not backed up whatsoever.
Looks like you got a project before you head onto the stage tonight at Whiskey Jam. Did you know much about Whiskey Jam? Or, you know, because when we say you just started in 2020, there's a lot of introduction to Kashus, and there's a lot of Kashus being introduced to everything else and all the different outlets that are there. So,
I didn't know too much about Whiskey Jam until maybe like around my 2021, 22 time frame. But those videos would just come up on my feed, whether it be like on TikTok and Instagram. And then at 23, when I finally got to Nashville, that's when I fully got introduced to Nashville and Ward. I mean, he's such a good dude, man. I love being around him and talking to him. He knows music and loves it just as much as I do. So when I got to town, he started bringing me to the Whiskey Jams. It was just such a great time. And he just kept inviting me back. And it's been such a blast, man, just to be around people that also love music as much as I do. Because I was almost like that little lone wolf growing up. Because everybody, like in my town, it wasn't people that was like fully engulfed, at least in my age, into music like the way I was. I mean, you had the band people maybe, but I didn't get to talk to them that much. I played sports, so.
What was the most eye-opening thing when you went to Nashville? You end up in Nashville. This is going to be your career. Kashus Culpepper. You say what?
Traffic.
Because were you in a small town?
Yeah, I was coming from the Gulf Coast in Mississippi, and then I am from a small town. I had moved home maybe for like a week and a half, 2 weeks before I officially came up to Nashville. And it's just the traffic, man. I think it's eye-opening, too, that there's so much talent, too. I went to my first writers round, and it was just so many women, and it was just so beautiful. I was like, this is amazing. Let alone like men singing and playing here. Like the only people I saw doing that in my hometown was like in the church. Now there's like 20 people on stage doing it at once, and the women are killing it. Everybody's killing. I'm like, what is this place? This is like a musical fairyland.
Is it inspiring and kind of humbling all at the same time?
Yeah, because everybody's like good, you know.
But it makes you up your game, right?
Oh yeah, I got to stay on point.
Do you just write down all your notes in the evening and that and say, okay, I got a session tomorrow. I'm bringing all of this in, and hopefully it works out. Because writing sessions too, you don't know who you're going to meet.
Right.
It's like speed dating in some cases.
I know. Yeah, at first it was getting kind of crazy with that. But now we kind of found my team and the people I love to write with. So every time now it's just like a real great hang.
Speaking about team, you got to roll with Charlie Crockett, who I love. Charles Wesley Gordon. Mm-hmm. What are these artists teaching you while you're out on the stage and when you're seeing them perform in front of you?
Man, because again, like I'm very new to like performing my songs, original songs live. So being able to see.
I love hearing you say that when you're like the most one to watch, the one guy that's really going to take off in 2025. Like everybody's got you on this chart and this pedestal and you're like, well, you know, I'm just kind of new and all that stuff. It's wild.
Man, well, I am kind of new to like performing my original songs. And I think being around them guys is that they know how to run it all. I mean, it's like an organization with Charlie. You know, you see Charlie pull in with like 2 semis. You see Charles coming in with the tour buses, and you just see how everybody they know the music, the band is tight. Electric performances. I mean, that's what I love. Because I grew up looking at a lot of James Brown and a lot of Teddy Pendergrass and Temptations, there was always like a lot of movement, and I think that's what Charlie and Charles have in common. They have great stage presence, great lyrics, great song. They got great souls, and they just know the whole business, man. And that's what I'm striving to be just like.
Were you freaking out when you played the Opry for the first time?
I was. It was very trippy, man.
Had you seen much of the Opry before?
Yeah, because I came up listening to a lot of Hank Sr. Hank Sr. was like, I mean, I was obsessed over that man's music. It felt like a lot of old blues for me because I love old Delta blues and, you know, from Robert John's Son House. And I always thought Hank Sr. was blues. It wasn't until like maybe a couple of years ago that it was like, you know, he's country. I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, the blues is the origin of country, right?
Yeah.
It all started. If there wasn't the South, I don't think we would have country today.
No, I don't think we would.
What does Kashus have in play for 2025? Is there certain goals? Is it, I'm going to write 9,000 more songs?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to learn how to read tab for your guitar? Yeah. What is it?
I think with 2025 is just keep elevate. I mean, that's the whole key word. I was talking to my team and my lead guitarists and everybody in my band. Just elevate everything from stage, performances. I'm just gonna keep elevating my songwriting. Just keep writing as much as possible, and just get out there. We got a lot of festivals this year, so just every time I get a chance on stage, just be my best self, you know, and just anywhere, just be my best self.
Right on, man. Well, thank you, and congrats on all the stuff that has already happened, and have a great 2025.
Thanks, brother.
Follow Music Row on X at Music Row Country, on Instagram at Music Row Official. Music Row is produced by Shed of Dreams.